What's up, everybody? John Eric Poli here with my MMA news, and of course, I'm sure everybody's familiar with PFL is going to be returning in the month of April, and fights are being announced left and right now for the return of PFL. And I'm joined by somebody that's going to be fighting on the April 29th card. I'm talking to former UFC middleweight Antonio Carlos Jr., who just recently signed with the PFL. He fights on April 29th against Tom Lawler, another former UFC fighter as well. So let's bring Antonio in here. Antonio, how you doing, my man? And thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to speak with us today.
Hey, John, how you doing? Thanks for inviting me. Man, so happy with this. The news, just signing PFL. Looking forward to my debut.
I bet that you are. So let's talk about your signing here. I know obviously you it was just announced, I believe, late last week that you'd be signing with the PFL. Tell everybody why you chose to indeed sign with the PFL.
I think I really like the system. I was talking to my manager, Ali, and I leave the UFC, we talk about the other events. Uh, which one should we go and stuff. And I said, Ali, I'll tell you the truth. I think for me, the best one would be the PFL. I like the system, the tournaments, your schedule, when you're going to fight. I'll probably have like 5 fights in a year, what is great, because we'll be consistent, and you know, you're not around the politics, the trash talks, all this kind of stuff that I'm not really this kind of guy. So for me, it's just great.
Gotcha. So now let's talk a little bit just about the PFL organization there too. I know you've only been a member of the organization for a few days now, but just how has the PFL treated you so far? Like through your negotiation periods and now into your contract negotiation and getting a fight.
Yeah, actually, Ali was doing all this stuff. I just talked to him, and he said, "Yeah, man, I'll do my best. Let's go, let's work on that. You okay if we go into light heavyweight?" I said, "Yeah, man. Actually, it would be even better for me. Because cutting all the weight is I used to get like 35 pounds, sometimes more. But actually, usually like 35 pounds. What is a lot for me? Especially for my game. I'm a grappler, so I use a lot of power, a lot of strength. So, and when I start dying, I feel that in the train. I feel I lose this power. I lose this strength. I ended up like getting tired fast. So I decide to go up. It doesn't matter which organization I would pick. I would go up anyway. And PFL only having like light heavyweight was a sign. You know what I mean? I said, yeah, man, that's what I gotta do. I'll go up. So yeah,
I wanted to touch on something that you briefly brought up there, the fact that you're moving up to light heavyweight. Just how much better do you feel right now that you're not sucking down all that weight, that you're just able to walk around at a more natural ability to fight at?
man, way better. I never actually lose weight in my life. Like before the MMA, I used to fight jiu-jitsu, but I always fight the open class. I never really made any diet, to fight, never dehydrated or anything. So I started doing that on UFC, and I feel my body didn't respond well to that. You know what I mean? Didn't respond well to that. As you see, like I fought the Ultimate Fight as a heavyweight, but I actually never been a heavyweight. At that time I was 24 years old. I used to walk around like 207. Now I get older. I getting heavier too. So now I'm walk around like 218, 220. So lose all this way. Is hard for me. It's hard for my body. It's hard for my mind. I hate dieting because I love eating. You know, so yeah, it's kind of hard for me. So I think it's gonna be now. It's gonna be healthier. I'm gonna be better mentally and physically, you know.
All right, now let's start diving into your April 29th fight. Tell us a little bit about Tom and what you see in him as an opponent.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler. You know, he's a tough guy. You know, former UFC fighter. I watch a lot of his fights today. You know, and I saw how tough he is. But although that is a long time he doesn't fight, so this counts a lot. And I feel that my last 3 years because I stay like 1 year, then I fought Ryan Hall, then year and a half, and then I fought Brett Tavares. And this makes a big difference. You're not on time, you know, you kind of lost the time, you get into the cage, and it looks like a place you've never been before. So this is good for me, but he's a tough guy. I saw how heavy he looks strong, you know, and just start to study his game with my coaches, you know, to see his weakness, he like the good points he has and the weakness he has, you know, and what we can do to get a win over Tom.
What's it going to take to get a victory over Tom on April 29th?
Man, it's gonna be so good, you know, like to get back after my last three fights in UFC. I lost these three. Although I thought I didn't lost the fight for Ryan Hall, but like if you see, it was a loss, right? So man, I looking forward to make my first fight in the PFL to get a win over him. You know, to start my new journey. You know, in a different way with a good win. You know, this is gonna be so important for me.
And now we know how the PFL operates. You have the regular season, and then from the regular season, you obviously have the playoff bracket there with the winner getting $1 million at the end of it. Just tell everybody your thoughts on your new division and what's it going to take to get that $1 million payday when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I saw there's a lot of good guys, you know, tough guys. There's Tone, there's another guy, it's Emiliano Sardi. Um, he's the champion. He was the champion last year. You know, he's Argentina, so we may have this classic, you know, Brazil against Argentina. I also have my training partner Jordi Young here. You know, I hope you only fight. If we fight, we only fight in the final. You know, uh, and yeah, I see a lot of like tough guys. You see Cesar Mutanti, he's another Brazilian, another former UFC fighter. He's also a tough guy, very talented. All the guys are pretty strong, all heavy, you know. Long time I don't fight as a tool fight, so I'm gonna get used to that again. So I start training with some heavy guys, strong guys and stuff. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of like tough guys, experience. You know, as a Tom Lawler, like Tom Lawler has been fighting for so long, has a lot of experience. So I need to be well prepared for everyone.
Gotcha. And now, just to start wrapping things up here, the PFL, it was announced they're going to have a bubble in Atlantic City. I saw some people saying that the fighters are going to have to be kind of quarantined in Atlantic City for 17 days. Is that true? Do you have to be in Atlantic City for 17 days prior to your fight?
I don't. I actually don't really know, man. I hope not. I hope not because that is a lot, you know. Everybody tired of this, like all this COVID stuff, man. Has been like a tough days, right? But I hope not, man. 17 days is a lot. I hope it's not true, but like if we have to do it, we have to do it, right?
I understand, and I saw that online a few times, and I had the same reaction. For your guys' sake, I hope that you don't have to be out there. So Antonio, we appreciate the time today. Before you roll out, though, social media management, sponsors, anything like that that you want to plug, please feel free to do so.
Oh God, thanks. Yeah, my social media is Cara de Sapato. You know, I know it's in Portuguese. Maybe some people don't know how it is. It's CARADESAPATO Junior JR. You know, so if you wanna follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. So Cara de Sapato JR. My manager Ali, you know what is doing a great work. Thank you so much, Ali, for getting this contract with PFL. I really appreciate everything the guys doing for me, and hope I'll have a lot of guys rooting for me, on my next fight and during this all tournament.
All right, Antonio, thank you so much for all of your time today. We really appreciate it, and congrats on signing with the PFL, and best of luck with the upcoming season there at light heavyweight. And as always, guys, before we roll out, just want to remind you, subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll see more great interviews like the one you just watched. And remember to keep going to My MMA News. We have so much great work that comes out 7 days a week, so please make sure to check all of that out. And if you haven't done so yet, please go to our social media accounts and give us a like and a follow as well. We'll see you later, everybody.